Most of us have experienced feelings of anxiety and fear. These negative mental habits have become an instinct when something can trigger us. Living life can cause too much stress and responsibilities, weakening our inner strength. The scattered mind loses mindfulness, and worries and fears arise from it. Fear is a powerful negative emotion. It can dominate the entire human consciousness. This feeling often occurs in life, but where does it originate from? If someone knows and understands the concept, they can help overcome all their worries and fears and find peace in life. Anxiety can stem from many causes, and its origin varies from person to person depending on factors such as economic status, lifestyle, environment, study, work, and social prejudices. 3 types of anxiety are family, work, and social. Regarding the family, we often worry about parents, spouses, children, and loved ones. We cared about the health, safety, success, happiness, life, and death of each family member and loved one. In terms of work, we often worry about results, pressure, new projects, and the success and failure of work. Socially, we often fear communication, prejudice, precision, and the law of society. Why do we worry so much? The Buddha said greed causes worry, and greed causes fear. Greed is defined as the overlove we have for a loved one and thing belong to, and when the things we love are in danger of being lost or damaged, we automatically generate anxiety and fear. So what belongs to you is yourself, your family, your loved ones, and the materials that belong to you. In life, we are constantly looking for safe conditions. It is because of those safe conditions that we feel secure, and when these safe conditions are not in our arms, worry and fear will be born. We put our desires first. It's the habit of choosing what's best for us, and if the plans may not succeed as planned, anxiety and fear will be born. As we hope for everything to happen according to our will, and when things may not happen, it leads to losses, affecting our interests, and we do wrong things that affect the interests of others, and anxiety will arise. Life is too focused on the outside appearance. Often we need to rely on the beliefs of others to believe in ourselves. If the trust outside is lost, then our confidence will also collapse. One of the reasons we worry is that we are fearful of others criticizing and ridiculing us. We are losing our beauty in the hearts of others. One of the things that worries us the most is death, the loss of life, because when we die, we will leave everything we love and what belongs to us. Hence, often the issue's importance or the image of bad things happening. Fear is always the content of the future, good or bad, positive or negative, satisfied or unsatisfied. Fears are nothing more than states of mind, depending on controlling and guiding consciousness. The negative connotation creates anxiety, and the positive intent brings confidence and happiness. Between the two, the choice is ours. If we don't stop our worries, we tend to become fears that will haunt and threaten our lives. The long-term concern will affect the health of the body, like the heart and mind, leading to depression. In medical terms, it is shown that women's rational hemisphere is higher than men's, so women often have qualities of nature, caring, and patience, sustainability more than men. When happy are also very happy when worried, sadness is also very persistent. It continues the verse of the Buddha. Whoever gets rid of greed and cravings, there will be no fear or worry. When it comes to the words giving up, it is difficult for anyone to do so. Except for the saints, we can transform to let go of our desires. The Buddha says, meditation is the best and the correct way to help us change, transform, and return to ourselves. The purpose of meditation is to build mindfulness and to achieve will and consciousness. The choice here is to remind oneself to let go of desires and extreme conditions. Consciousness here is the distinction between right and wrong. To reflect, not to let the mind wish and the mind resist. It operates and motivates. Open your heart to accept letting go, not fostering your selfish sense. Besides, mindfulness also helps us live without relying on anything. Live for ourselves, overcome weak energies, and not let negative emotions like sadness, suffering, affliction, impatience, anger, worry, and fear operate and motivate us. Mindfulness also helps us realize that life is impermanent. This world is impermanent. Everything comes and goes. It doesn't belong to anyone. It's of predestined birth and death. Today is destined for you. It will be yours. Tomorrow is predestined for someone else, and it will be for someone else. This is the philosophy of Buddhism. If we understand the principle, we will overcome suffering, sorrow, worry, and fear in life. Worry is always the content of good or bad problems. So how do we control the mind of anxiety and fear when it arises? Ask yourself questions. Why worry so much? Is there a need to worry? Every problem has its answer in the end, and the outcome is good or bad, like it or not. If things go wrong and unsatisfactory, we will be sad, and if things go well and as we want, we will be happy. Buddha said again, "Let everything happen according to its natural course." This life is always fair, and everything happens by cause and effect. There are ways to overcome anxiety and fear that we can apply in our lives. The first is to always be present at the moment. When the mind is in the body, the mind will be clear to distinguish right or wrong. Secondly, we must develop a less demanding sense. Be less resistant, know enough, and be content with what we have, living more straightforwardly and uncomplicated. Third, when the mind is clear, we are intelligent enough to contemplate things to understand the cause and effect of what is happening. When the reason is apparent, we will realize that the body is impermanent like everything else: birth, old age, illness, and death. As we understand this law, we will no longer suffer, worry, or fear anything happening. Besides, if we want to stop our worries, we need to identify our concerns. Instead of worrying, we should make efforts to solve the problems. Life consists of too much stress, making the mind very tired. We should give ourselves space and not let work, the media, and the circumstances operate and motivate us. In addition, we need to practice positive habits such as early bed, early get up, exercising, yoga, walking, meditation, deep breathing, connecting with nature, not making big deals out of small situations and unimportant matters, and not requiring perfection. Try to enjoy life with happiness in a good direction. If anyone can do that, they will find peace. Fear and anxiety will slowly subside. One of Zen master Thich Min's Neem sayings is beautiful. Do not uniformity with anxiety. When anxiety arises, do not run after emotions, restlessness, nervousness, tension, fear, or sadness. Get over it by connecting with the breath, clinging to and following it. In doing so, the body and mind will merge, and you will be present in the present moment when the mind in the present mind does not look for the future. Worry is the content of the future. Thus worry will dissipate. Emotions and anxiety and fear combine as a link. When there is fear, there are emotions. When there are emotions, there are anxiety and fear. Emotions are always harmful and arise from greed, hatred, and delusion. This is why we must develop wisdom, develop an understanding of the mind and its way of thinking. However, we can achieve peace and tranquility by recognizing and controlling our emotions. Finally, a human's greatest fear is suffering and dissatisfaction. They are almost not satisfied with what they have. This is the cause of anxiety and fear. Therefore, the antidote to stress is to develop contentment or knowing enough. Accept what you have and live a simple life. The Buddha said that coming is a cause, and going is a cause, so you must depend on that condition to change. It is immutable but random.